Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, Event Leviathan, issue number 1 of 6. Going to be some tie-ins, and I'm not happy about any of them. The entirety of this book was quite literally just 2 people talking in a room, and eventually became 3 people talking in a room. And it's like, wow! Let's get talking about who made this freaking book. We'll talk about the book itself. I should probably just skip all of it because it's embarrassing, but more on that, I can't seem to find it. Maybe it's in the back of the book. I should have actually prepared for this, but how do you prepare for this freaking book? Yep, it's in the back. Brian Michael Bendis is on script. Art and cover by Alex Maleev. Letters by Joshua Reed. Variant cover by Kenneth Rocafort. Look, the art in this was beautiful. Don't slouch on the art for a second. The art is gorgeous. There's moments in here where the art is telling the story, not the writer. I'm sure that you know, there was some script notes. Hey, make sure that you do this and this and this. But telling somebody to do something is not the same as actually doing it. You want proof of that? Join the military. Let me tell you something. The actual words that were used in this comic book, everything, just... I would have rather there been no words and I just try and figure out what they're doing, like make my own story by looking at the art. And I think I could have. I might have even been able to do a better job than it. Look, I'm just saying, Bendis did that one. He made the biggest, in my opinion, the biggest mistake that he ever did was not to make Iceman gay. It was to say, once you see what we're doing, you're going to apologize to me. Yeah, I'm waiting for that day. Probably with less bated breath than you, because I doubt that's going to happen, dude. How do you have an issue number 1 that's just this lousy? It's literally Batman talking to Lois Lane until all of a sudden Steve Trevor shows up. Turns out he was there the whole time. Batman is not sneaky. Lois Lane is not smart. Batman is not smart. Trevor is not a leader enough to get somebody to get the freak out of a goddamn building when he sits there and says, I'm authorized to kill you if you don't let me rescue you, which, by the way, is the dumbest damn thing I've ever read anybody say. And dude, 6 years in the military, I swear to God, I've never once come across someone, at least off myself, saying something like that. That has never once happened. I've never heard of something like that. You know, I have to rescue you, and if you don't come with me, I'm authorized to kill you. What the hell is that nonsense? What the hell is that nonsense? And I know Bendis likes to talk about, well, when I was a kid, I was told something secret. And that's how the Secret War comic book came out, you know, House of M before, and then I did that. And that was based on, so I knew a guy. Yeah. So does everybody who's in the military. So does Tom King. He'll tell you that's crap. Anyway, this book was just nonsense. From beginning to end, this comic book, you know what? It's a little warm out. I ain't going to go full comic skate. But this right here, oof, I'm telling you, man, the art is still safe. The dressing was better than what happened in this comic book. This is a boring as hell comic book that I swear to God, this true story, okay? The whole, let me save you or I'm authorized to kill you, this is true, so much more true than that, okay? Here it comes. I got about 10 pages into the book. I put the book down. I walked away. I came back. I read a couple other books. I read 2 other books before I came back to reading this. This was supposed to be the first book I read this week. I was trying to read this before Batman Who Laughs. What the hell was I thinking? Yeah, man, no, wrong answer. I read 2 books before I even came back to this book. And the only reason why I even finished this book is because I was almost done. Yeah, dude, this was a terrible book. There was nothing about the writing that was in any way, shape, or form good. The art, untouchable. But man, nah. Ain't no thanks coming. Ain't no sorries coming. I'm so tired of this nonsense, dude. There comes a point we need to actually hire an editor and say, hey, Bendis, you and me, we're talking. You want to quit? Freaking quit. Otherwise, you're going to be answering to me. Just a little. Watch the writing improve. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.